Welcome back to Fundamental Airways. Always, it's Eric, and today we're back with another opening. Today we're back to the hockey. Got 2021-22 extended series. Got a hobby box of this. Got a bunch of stuff beside me. Might open up one of these. Might open up two. Depends on how quick I do this. But got this for $70 a box from Pastime. They're out in British Columbia. It was cheaper for me to buy it from them and have it shipped along with some other stuff. So I got 2 boxes of this. And then for future videos, I have a box of 22-23 SP Authentic. That was, I think, $170, $180. Got 22-23 extended. Not my favorite box because of the first round rookies and stuff. Got this for $80 or $90, one of the two for that. Does have the chance at Young Gun acetates. And then another one of the favorites over here on the channel. One that I think might have a lot of upside in the future. But 21-22 extended. Or Series 2, sorry. So this one is Byfield, Lucas Raymond, Moritz Seider, Mace McTavish. Just a bunch of guys in this with lots of chances for them to be something in the future with just their upside and stuff. So we'll get into it, though. We'll open up the first box of 21-22. Turn the camera around. Looking for guys like Seth Jarvis that you see back there. Jason Peterka is in this. JJP. So lots of stuff. This is the old configuration, obviously, being 21-22. So it's going to be different to open up 12 or 8 cards per pack, 24 packs per box instead of the 12 cards per pack. 12 packs per box. Getting, again, just a little different. Do I like the new configuration more for opening? Yes, 1000%. More hits, everything else, especially when it comes to just basic inserts. So we'll take that. We'll put this over here. Try not to knock over that box of SP Authentic. We'll just put that over there instead. And we'll get right into it. Backdrop, we went with Seth Jarvis and the PSA 9. I don't have a 10 of Seth Jarvis. Ryder Garnsey, that's from my latest Premier Lacrosse League openings. If you guys want to go check those out on the channel, I have one other one to open to upload after. I'll probably do it after this one, maybe after the next video. And then we got the Matthew Tkachuk off to the Stanley Cup Finals, not with the Calgary Flames, but with the Florida Panthers to take on the Edmonton Oilers. So first hit here, holographics probably. It is Shane Pinto, the gambler himself. Is that more gold than usual? Maybe not. Can't remember if these gold ones have anything. I don't see any numbering on it though, but one of the things I like about Extended, all the inserts, they all look good all the time. So I don't know. Extended gets me with a lot of retros and stuff. And obviously we have 23, 24 extended coming out later on this month, it looks like. So kind of wanted to do some extended to kind of ramp us up for it. We got our first Young Gun. We're going to go to this side. That's where you find the team for the Blackhawks. Isaac Phillips is our first one. So we go Isaac Phillips is our first Young Gun. Is there huge up potential in this? No. But once again, you still can get a low number parallel of a Seth Jarvis. Can hit numbered cards. You are going to hit one tribute Young Gun in this. So that's always kind of a nice little addition to all this. And this is probably going to be our French. Yep, there we go. Duncan Keith. No longer playing for the Oilers, but does have a position in management there for them. So, hey, get another Stanley Cup ring, I guess, right? If they win it all. So I did see something funny the other day. It was like Calgary Flames fans, realizing that either Matthew Tkachuk is going to win a Stanley Cup without them, or Connor McDavid wins the Stanley Cup. Obviously, I think they'd probably rather the Matthew Tkachuk winning it, but it's kind of that catch-22 for them right now. So next Young Gun up, it is a Minnesota Wild. And it is Connor Dewar. Now over on the Leafs, right? But not bad. It's actually not in terrible shape. Some of these are worse than others, but not too bad. Put Connor Dewar over there. So I said, lots of stuff to open up on the channel. Like I said, talked about it a couple times, talked about it on the latest card show vlog. It's just hard to open up the new products to just with the value and what it is. Now, am I going to hit $1 million card out of this, or a big, like, 5-figure, 6-figure card out of this? No, right? That's not what's going to happen. But at the same time, it's a $70 box instead of a $350 box, right? So next up, is it? Nope, just the regular tribute. So not the Young Gun tribute, but we got the regular tribute. John Gibson. See what happens with him next year. Maybe they move on from him. Just go with Dostal instead. I don't know who would trade for Gibson. Maybe a Leafs thing, maybe, right? Maybe he's part of a Leafs trade. Have to wait till July 2nd, see where Mitch Marner goes also. We got another tribute here. Just looks like it's a regular one. Connor Hellebuck. So we're going with a couple of goalie tributes. That. I'm not going to go through any of the base with this stuff. You guys have seen it enough. A lot of base cards with this. Obviously, a lot with the new setup too. But a lot of base cards and a lot of just wrappers. 24 of them. Here's our Young Gun tribute. It looks like. Can't see the sides here. Looks like it's blue. So it could be the Buffalo Sabres. Is it? There we go. Was hoping to get a regular one of them, but tribute's not bad either. Jason Peterka. It's one of those things. They have a lot of guys over there for Buffalo. See what happens. I think he's a pretty good young player, but once again, they got a lot of good young guys over there. Zach Benson's there now. Obviously, they have a lot of defensemen in Owen Power, in Bowen Byram, and Rasmus Dahlin. So they got a lot of D-men. They got some offensive upside also too. See what he can become in the future. So Ryan Ellis, Ryan Sheehan, Himstrova, and Jonathan Huberdeau. Part of that trade doesn't look like such a good trade now. Didn't look like it's kind of an odd trade to begin with, but it's at the same time like Matthew Tkachuk asked you to, trade him, and that's I respect that a little more. That like, hey, I'm not going to resign here. Trade me, get something for me. They got a first. They got Mackenzie Weegar, and they get Huberdeau. Obviously, Huberdeau hasn't played like he probably should have the last couple of years, but at least they get something for him. Next young gun up, exceptional status, Sean Day. That's who that is right there. You guys have watched the openings for Extended before. I pulled a decent amount of Sean Day, but one of the few kids to get exceptional status to go play in juniors in Canada at a younger age than normal. So he was one of those guys, got that exceptional status, and just never really, turned into what he was supposed to be. So one of those guys just had a rough go. Next up, we got a refractors. Yeah, Mort Siders. So we got Sider there. Not numbered. Some of these are numbered. I've got a teal one out of 100 and something. So you usually get a couple number cards in this. Like I said, the designs on the inserts are a lot better. I prefer them over stuff you usually see in Series 1, Series 2. There we go, Connor McDavid. Off to the Stanley Cup Finals. Stuart Skinner just held them in that game, and Connor McDavid did Connor McDavid things for that first goal. But we got next up, get those stuff out. A little sticky here. We got, there we go. I was just talking about it. We got this one here. It's a numbered one. And there's my guy. 124 out of 500. So not a bad one as an Avalanche fan. We got Nathan McKinnon jersey behind me there, obviously. But there we go. Nate Dogg. I think they actually have this of Kale also, the same numbering. So I said, that's a good looking card. Like, obviously, is this super valuable? No, right? But like, that's a good looking card for an insert. Like that's a better looking insert than like most, hobby boxes, box sets, whatever. So what else we got here? We got next Young Gun for the Capitals. Who's that? Protas? Yep. Alexi Protas. Another guy that's just meh. And that's a lot of extended, right? I think that's one of the big things about this year's extended is it's actually like a good crop like Fantilli and Cooley and, all the other potential guys that could be in it. St. Coven and anybody else. Like there's a lot of potential big names in this like extended crop, which you haven't really had. Like Seth Jarvis is big. Last year's extended is like Jonathan Berggren. Like there hasn't been that like massive name through a lot of this. So next up, we got Clear Cut. Oh, there we go. Clear Cut Young Gun. So case hit. Alexei Torpachenko. Kind of threw me off. I thought it was going to be something else. So Alexei Torpachenko. We got a Young Guns Clear Cut. Not the worst name in the world. I'm pretty sure he's still playing in the NHL. I'll update it here if he is or not. There we go. That's a case hit to hit a clear cut Young Gun. That is literally 1 in 12 boxes. So that's pretty good. If I get 2 of the boxes here, now would I like that to be Seth Jarvis? Would I like that to be, JJP? Sure, right? But still, that's a nice little addition there. Cal Clutterbuck. We got a holographics. Another gun. Maybe this is just a sign. All this McDavid. Maybe this is a sign. Should I go wager the house on McDavid? Who knows? He's popping up a couple times here that I'm kind of noticing. Which I don't know. I think most times you notice Connor McDavid doing anything. So Voracek, Vladar. There we go. Seth Jarvis and the double diamond. So essentially, the more diamonds you see, the more prestigious the player, essentially, is how these old black diamonds work. So he's like a mid-level prospect. Obviously has become pretty good in the NHL. I think he's playing the top 6 for Carolina, everything else. Now, does he get that like super duper hobby love? No. But does he get a little bit of hobby love? Yeah, but like I said, just not a crazy amount. I think he'd have to do a little bit more than what he's done. So, excuse me. We got a finite here. There we go. Patty Kane out of 2,999 for the finite. Patty Kane picked up a Patty Kane PSA 9 not that long ago. Young Gun. So if anybody is looking for one of those, I picked up that in my latest card show vlog. I got a lacrosse ball falling down my stairs behind me. If you heard that banging, that's what that was. I'm assuming one of the cats knocked it down. Awesome. But if you guys are interested in anything like that, you guys can always check it out. I have an eBay down below. You guys can always, someone's going to check that out, see all the stuff I have listed. Would love to talk to you on Instagram and not on eBay, but if you'd rather eBay, then we can do that also. Got Spencer Knight. Not the guy. I thought maybe he might have been eventually. Not the guy so far. Bobrovsky, bringing it to 2 straight Stanley Cup finals. Probably going to get the love for a little bit longer. I was hoping eventually it'd be Spencer Knight. I got a couple of decent Spencer Knight cards, but looks like I'm probably going to have to hold on to those a little bit longer if I'm hoping to see something out of it. So next up for the Dallas Stars, Tufty? Nope. Riley Damiani. I can't remember all of them. I didn't even check this checklist. I just know it's JJP. At one point it was Schmid, right? The goalie for New Jersey. Goalies are a fun one to collect and like store. Especially they have like a little bit of like they're younger, have a little bit of upside. Because all it takes is for them to get a little bit of love, especially in the playoffs. If you guys don't know, like I did some of the Silovs there, the goalie for Vancouver. I graded some before and picked up a couple before the playoffs. Got him back before the playoffs or right around the start of the playoffs. And all of a sudden, Demko can't go. He gets in, and I made some decent money off it. So it's just goalies are one of those ones where if they play well, they can like really bump up It's always a fun one to for me to grab here and there. But next up, Golden Knights, Paul Cotter, NHL player. So we're running out of stuff here, but I'm hitting lots of Young Guns, but I feel like I'm running out of packs here, and there's not a whole lot of Young Guns left. So I'm kind of wondering what the rest of this stuff all is. Inaugural season, Jonathan Huberdeau. This is just rubbing it into the face of. There's a whole lot of Florida Panthers in here / now Calgary Flames that I'm sure all the Flames fans, if you're watching this, probably aren't. You're like cursing and swearing at me because of all this. But next up, got a canvas, Capo Caco. Rangers couldn't do it. Couldn't pull out the win. Best team in the regular season. Doesn't matter. Florida Panthers pull it out in a very close series, obviously. You can say whatever you want, but that's a really close series. So, mascot card, Youppi. So there we go. That's probably a couple bucks. Canadians mascot. That's good. An odd card. This is actually probably going to go aside. There is a kid that comes to the local shows. I actually had a mascot card set aside for him at the last show, and he actually wasn't there at the last Halifax show. So, but there's a kid that goes around, and I think he collects mascot cards. So I'll probably put that aside for him, and just give it off to him along with the other one I got set aside for him. So don't mind that. If the kid's like collecting something like that, like it's better off in their collection. Something like that. Cheaper players, inserts, whatever it is, sets. It's better in their collection than in mine. So we got Flower. It's kind of a cool picture. Canvas cards, I'm telling you, like that's why I think we've talked about with the Connor McDavid or the Connor Bedard, like his canvas, like this is what like canvas cards can be, right? Even like this isn't the craziest one, but like that's still a cool picture. Right? He's fist pumping all the boys after probably a goal. This is him talking to another goalie, like just cool stuff, right? Especially that one's nice. That he played over there, played for Vegas for a couple of years, so it's kind of cool. But I don't know, like I said, that's kind of the disappointment of the Bedard Young Guns canvas, and maybe it is quirky, so maybe it does kind of fit into that whole thing anyway. So last card, last canvas, Riley Smith. So finishing off with a couple Golden Knights themed cards here. So Riley Smith no longer over on those Golden Knights. Was where Boston this year? Is that where he was? Anyways, doesn't matter. But fun opening. Clear cut Young Gun of I think like a guy that's still in the NHL, if I remember correctly. A numbered Nate, not bad. A Youppi, not bad. Our Young Guns definitely were lacking, but I think that's what you kind of get in this anyways. So Sean Day, Connor Dewar, our best Young Gun, or is it the JJP? Like once again, we kind of struggled with the Young Guns, and that's the way flagship works. If we don't hit a big Young Gun, it's a little harder. So next video, I'm not sure which one I'm going to do. The nice thing right now, and I can tell you this in advance, we're going to release probably a couple videos, but I can record a bunch of these like right now, back to back to back to back, and release them. The problem I usually have in this time of year around playoffs and stuff is I don't like recording too many at the same time to kind of be able to bulk edit them and stuff like that, like I can kind of more in the regular season, because obviously every game matters in the NHL in the playoffs. So series can switch really quickly, different goals, different saves, different what it wins or whatever it is. So this being, this will go out Wednesday. I can then probably release another one Friday, maybe Saturday, release a couple of these so I can record a couple right now and rip a couple things right now, get that itch back in me. But I can do that because it's been so long. So next video probably going to be the dreaded 2022-23 extended. I said not my favorite one just because of the first round rookies and stuff. But we're going to go Young Gun acetate hunting. I've had a couple Matt Boldy's in my time, the clear cut or the acetate cards. I got a Dylan Gunther. Like I got a couple of them already, so they're one of my favorite cards to get. I've never actually pulled one personally, so we're gonna see if I can pull my first one instead of having to acquire it some other way. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you guys haven't yet, hit that like, hit the subscribe. If you guys are interested in consigning with Slab Sharks, all the information is down below. You guys can fill out the app, get the app. They have the app now. It's really super easy, but you can just still use my form down below. Print that off. It's got my logo on it. You just fill out the information. It's super simple. Pack, say if you have 30 hockey cards, you just write 30 under hockey. If you have 10 football, put 10 for football. You put your information, how you want to be paid, everything else. Throw them all in a box, ship them off to Slab Sharks. As long as they get there by Tuesday, they go on their Thursday auction. And then the payouts are all down below, everything out. They make it super simple. And if for some reason that card, once they sell it, once they run it at auction, if it goes missing or the person says it's damaged or whatever else, they take care of all that. It's nothing for you. You don't have to worry about any of it. It's super simple. They take care of all of it. Like I said, don't have to worry about all these bubble mailers. I have to do some like eBay mailouts here in the next little bit too. I got to cut out a bunch of cardboard for all my slabs that I'm sending, everything else. It's a pain, but I kind of enjoy it because I have the extra time. But like I said, they do all that stuff. So like I said, you can throw all the cards you want to sell in a box, ship them off to them, just fill out your information, and then get paid out quickly and easily. Typically, if their auction's on Thursday, usually they pay you out somewhere like that next Tuesday or Wednesday. So once again, hope you guys enjoy this. Like I said, hit that like, hit the subscribe, follow me on Instagram. For Erica from the bench. Talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.